in partnership with CommSec.
Since we last spoke, Tom Piotrowski, there is this news that came from Scott Bessent, and it relates to our super funds that we won't get taxed as much now when it comes to investments in the United States. So that's a long way of saying, is it going to be a good day for our markets?
Well, it was already shaping up as a pretty positive day, Pete, because you might recall earlier in the week we have been challenged from the vantage point of lower commodity prices, the fact that the tech sector has outperformed in US trade in particular, and we don't have much of a vector from that vantage point in our market. But today what we've seen is that the US dollar's continued to fall overnight. It's in the neighbourhood of a 3-year low. So at the margins, that's been supportive for commodity prices. We've also seen a little bit of a recovery for oil prices in the last day, bearing in mind, they've fallen by as much as 18% from peak to trough during the week. So there was a bigger drawdown in US oil inventories last week, which was supportive for oil prices. So those things will help out in the local context today. Mining and energy stocks tended to do better in the Northern Hemisphere overnight, particularly where European trade is concerned. So that's a positive. We've got some encouraging gains for US markets overnight. They were up in the order of about 1% for the Dow and the Nasdaq in particular, the Nasdaq hitting a new record high. We've seen weaker economic news, Pete. So that means that the pathway towards lower rates is more assured now. The markets are more confident that we could potentially see as many as 3 rate cuts between now and the end of the year in the United States. And that's what's been helping them push on to record highs. So a vast contrast to this time last week, where we were entertaining some very grim scenarios, and there was a lot of disquiet heading into the weekend.
Hey, what did you think of the daddy stuff yesterday, Tom? Did you find it humorous?
The daddy stuff?
Yeah, when Donald Trump was the daddy of global politics, as alleged by NATO leadership.
Look, I kind of missed out on that, but look, the thing is that Donald Trump has, even though people question his ways, he has managed to weave a path through some of the things that he has focused on and hope to deliver, and he's sort of doing it in a particular Trump-esque way. But
we joke all the time. I just wanted to know if you thought it was funny.
Oh, right, yeah, I didn't. I wasn't much on the socials yesterday, Pete, so I didn't sort of get across the daddy vibe for Donald Trump.
Okay. You are the daddy of CommSec, though. No doubt about that, Tom Piotrowski.